Class, so welcome back. Um, as we all know, we are dealing with the constitution of our country, and we are doing the rights which has been given by our constitution to all its citizens, isn't it? So we have already finished Article 14, Article 15. Article 14 is equality before the law. Article 15, there shall be no discrimination on the basis of religion, caste, color, place of birth, isn't it? Now today we are going to start with Article 16, 17 and 18. Alright, so the topic for the day is Article 16, 17 and 18. Alright, so let us start. What does Article 16 states? Equality of opportunity in public employment. So in Article 16, the constitution of a country has guaranteed to all its citizens that there shall be equal opportunity given to all of its citizens. There will be no discrimination. There will be no discrimination according to place of birth, rights, or sex, color, religion. Alright? So this is what Article 16 says. Now let's try to read out Article 16 Clause 1. Alright? So whenever we write in law, we should always remember one thing. That is, when we write article, this is how we write. ARTICLE. Article 16. If there is any number or alphabet inside the bracket, that is clause. Alright? So this is clause. This is Article 16. Alright? So Article 16 Clause 1. Alright? Guarantees equality of opportunity for all citizens in matter of employment or appointment to any post under the state. Alright, so according to clause 1, it guarantees protection of equality in any kind of job or appointment. Alright, that is Article 16 Clause 1. Now Clause 2 says that no citizen shall on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex, descent, place of birth, resident or any of them be ineligible for or discriminated against in respect of any employment or office under the state. So Clause 2 says that just because I belong from a different place of birth, I belong from a different caste, I belong from different religion, I belong from male or female, no citizen of this country shall be discriminated when the opportunity of job comes under the state. Now I have already mentioned state over here means country. Alright? Now Article Clause 2. Now Article 16 Clause 3 and 4. Clause 3 and 4 enables states to make provision for the reservation of seats in government jobs in favor of any backward class of citizens. So here is a bit contrast. In Article 16 Clause 1 and Article 16 Clause 2, what does it state? Clause 1 says that there shall be no discrimination, there shall be equal opportunity will be given to all of its citizens, no matter what. Article 16 guarantees that. Now Article 16 Clause 2 says that there shall be no discrimination on the basis of place of birth, race, sex, color, religion, isn't it? But Article 16 Clause 3 and 4. There is Article 16 Clause 3 and 4. What does it state? State has been given some power to have a reservation. Alright? For those community who belongs from backward class. Now, for example, in today's time, when we apply for a job, not in a private sector, but in a government sector. When we apply for a job, you all must have heard about quota, isn't it? There is a certain vacancy for ST, there is a certain vacancy for SC, scheduled tribe and scheduled caste. These people are backward class of our society. So the state has given power, the constitution has given power to whom? To state, to make special provisions, to make special reservations for whom? For the people who belong from the backward class society. Now, you must have heard about why there is a reservation in our society, in our country. Isn't it? There is a reservation of seat for people who belong from a backward class society. Why there is a reservation? There is always a question. The answer is because Article 16, Clause 3 and 4 empowers whom? It empowers state to make special provisions to people, to community who belongs from backward class society. This is the only reason why in today's time also in our country there is a provision, there is a special quota for this type of community. Alright, so this is all about Article 16. Moving on to next is Article 17. Alright, so moving on to next is Article 17. Now, abolition of untouchability. Now, this was a evil practice, isn't it? In today's time, we really don't believe in all this kind of things. Like, so some people belongs from a different community, so we can't touch him, her. Abolition, alright? So, Article 17 has abolished the practice, the evil practice, the so-called untouchable practice, and forbids its practice in any form. It not only reject, but it forbids any form of this evil practice, this so-called untouchable practice. Now, when we go back to the history, we all must have heard, we all have studied that certain community were untouchables, isn't it? Even Mahatma Gandhi has backed this, has rejected this evil practice, isn't it? So, abolition of untouchability is under Article 17. What does it do? It protects those people belonging from those community who are so-called untouchables. Alright, so this practice has been forbidden. And it is very sad to know that even today in some part of our country, this so-called untouchability practice are being followed, isn't it? We hear in our day-to-day life, in our news channels, that so-and-so belong from a, let's say so-called a background community or a low caste community, and so and so was from a high caste community, and there is always a clash. Alright, so in today's time also this evil practice has been followed, not in every part of a country, but in some parts of a country. But we should always remember that being an educated person, knowing legal studies, knowing our constitution, that this has been abolished under Article 17, and we should never ever follow this kind of evil practices. Alright, so the next one is abolition of title, Article 18. Alright, the next one is there is abolition of title under Article 18. Article 18 prohibits the state to confer titles on anybody, whether a citizen or a non-citizen. Now, what does it mean? Now, title over here. Now, please don't get mixed up with our surnames. For example, we call Mr. Pradhan, Mr. Subba, Mr. Lepcha, isn't it? So, these are not what we are trying to deal with. What we are trying to deal with is, if you have watched old Hindi movies, we see over there Thakur, Maharajas, isn't it? The Thakur Sahab and all, this kind of people. We have seen especially in old Hindi movies, isn't it? there is a small village, and the village head is Thakur Sahab. He calls himself Thakur Sahab. Now this kind of title, Maharaj, Thakur Sahab, this kind of titles, Qazi, this kind of titles has been abolished under Article 18. Alright? Now we should remember, however, military, academic are exempted from this Article 18. Now what does it try to say is, now if my great ancestors, they used to hold a title, for example they were Thakurs, alright, they used to call them Thakurs. Now this title has been abolished under Article 18. Now there are some titles which has been given by number 1 military and number 2 is academics, alright, to those people who have done excellent in their fields. For example, titles like Bharat Ratna, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri are given for their academic distinction, and these are recognized by the state and does not come under Article 18. Now we all have heard about titles like Padma Bhushan, isn't it? These are the highest civil awards which a person will get in this country. Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, isn't it? From the fields of literature, art, science, sports. Now this type of title has been exempted under Article 18. Alright, and the military awards, like you must have heard about Veer Chakra, Paramveer Chakra. These are the gallantry awards given to the martyrs, those who have sacrificed their life for our nation. This type of titles has been exempted under Article 18. Alright, so let's do a quick revision. Constitution, Article 16, it guarantees equal opportunity of jobs, appointments in state sector to all its citizens, but the exception is Article 16 clause 3 and 4, which gives special provisions to whom? To the state, to the government, to make special reservation for the people, for the community belonging from backward classes. That was Article 16. Article 17, abolition of evil practice, so-called untouchabilities. That was Article 17. And Article 18, abolition of titles under Article 18. Now there is an exemption that people who get academic awards, highest civilian awards, military awards, these titles has been exempted under Article 18. Alright, so in next class we will start with Article 19, and that is very important. From Article 19, 20, 21, 22 it's important. Alright, so next class we will discuss Article 19. Alright, so this much for the day, and if you have any questions you can always ask me, you can always WhatsApp me or call me. Alright, thank you.